I polled a group of single women in their 20s and 30s, and almost exactly 2/3 of them said that conversations being boring was a top first date turnoff. So what's boring? Let me tell you. Traffic. If you talk about all of the traffic that you hit on the way to your date, you come off as a whiny complainer and it will make you seem boring. How you slept last night and how tired you are today. There's nothing to talk about as a follow-up to this, and bringing it up makes it seem like you aren't energized for the date, and it will make you seem boring. Money. If you mention the price of gas or call out the cost of something on the menu, you will come across as cheap, and this will make you seem boring. Your health issues. First of all, ick, but if you are telling her about your IBS as you nix things that you can't eat on the menu, this will also make you seem boring. By the way, if we haven't met before, my name is Blaine, I'm a dating coach, and I've been featured in Forbes, New York Times, and Insider for helping thousands of clients like you. So let's talk about how you can have non-boring conversations on your next date. So a great question to ask is, what's a rosebud and thorn from your week, or your month, or your year? This is a fun question for a date because it is relevant, it immediately stimulates a real conversation, and it creates an emotional connection, which most guys fail to do. You're gonna understand what is exciting to her, what's something good in her life, what kind of things she looks forward to, and the type of thing that isn't as appealing. So if you want a real relationship and you want to get to know somebody on a real level, this is going to get below the surface and also cover a range of topics. So I think this is always a really fun one. Obviously, you don't want it to just be the first question you ask when you sit down for the date. As things get going, after you've had some pleasantries, it's a great way to stimulate real talk. Another question to stimulate a bit deeper of conversation is, what is the most surprising thing you discovered about yourself recently? The key with this one is make sure you have something interesting to answer with when she returns the question. This is going to help you understand if she is introspective and also get a better picture of who she is and if you are compatible, and vice versa for her. This doesn't have to have a super deep and heavy answer. It could even be something silly and lighthearted, but it is still going to help you both get a better understanding of if there is a fit there. This next one that I like can be a little bit silly, and you want to make sure it doesn't get too dark, but it's, what's the longest lie you've ever lived? This is going to show you if she's willing to be vulnerable. Really important here though, make sure you have your own lie to share. And in the best case of this question, it is not going to be something dark where you have deceived somebody and it showcases you as a liar or a creep, but it might be something funny yeah, I told everyone I went to college with that I grew up going to Coachella every year, when in reality, I've never been to Coachella. Something funny and silly like that. I love this next one because it's a bit aspirational and fun. Where's your dream home and what does it look like? This is awesome because it's gonna tell you a lot about what she sees for her future and even, her growth. It doesn't have to be a totally realistic question or answer either way, but it's still gonna give you insight into what's possible and also her lifestyle. Is she focused on health? Is she focused on family? Is she more introverted and a homebody? What she wants in a future home will enlighten you to those things, and vice versa. It can also lead to fun conversations around travel because you're talking about where that home is. Have you been there? Has she been there? Or even, design aesthetic, what you want the home to look like, interiors, are you guys artsy? Are either of you creative? It can lead to a lot of different conversations just from asking that one question. The next one also gets a little bit deeper and touches on her vulnerable side, but what is your most embarrassing fear? This is going to help create an emotional connection because you are getting below the surface. It doesn't again have to be something super dark or deep or upsetting. Ideally, since you're preferencing it with embarrassing fear, not just your biggest fear, it's gonna be something that's actually a bit lightweight and might even allow you to later tease her about it or flirt with her about it. For example, she tells you her biggest fear is alligators, but you live in a landlocked state in the desert. That is something you could absolutely find a way to tease her about in a lighthearted, fun way. later. As you can see, each of those 5 questions is totally different and has different reasons for being a good question on a first date. The most important thing for you to remember is these aren't meant to just be like asked boom, 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 like interview style. That would be weird. In fact, I got a lot of people saying that on the comments on my Instagram video. No, at max, you would use any 1, maybe 2 of these questions per date. So the idea is that you ask one of these questions and then based on the answer, you get deeper on different topics that come up in each of your answers. So again, to reiterate, you're not asking more than 2 of these 5 questions on any one date. Pick a question that resonates with you, that you also have a good answer for, and start there. If you found this video helpful and you want more tips like this, make sure you tap the subscribe button and ring the bell so you're the first to know when I upload new videos weekly.